Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. So I wanted to come on, trying to adjust the volume a little bit. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about what I recently heard about um, the Gaza Strip being bombed out, um, and without getting into too many specifics, I'll say. I'm trying to focus on the most important part of the message. So, um, as you know, there are certain countries, I'll say, that we talk about when we say Babylon. And I think everyone is pretty well aware of the country. Um, and what I heard was about the interest in, I'll put it like this, the gateway to Africa. And that's why I was saying this is the biggest spiritual war that we know Babylon will face. And if it is a fight for the original motherland, which is Africa, or not even a fight for, but a fight against, to do a lot of things that are not right and take it over. Um, that war cannot be won. Um, it's a spiritual war, and the entities that are fighting the spiritual war are on the wrong side. Um, that is unfortunate. Um, Again, I'm trying not to get into too many specifics, but I'll just say that God, the war is already won, and God already won the war. We're just working on the details. Um, and to see an empty suit trying to win a spiritual war doesn't make any sense. Um, but there's there's the side of darkness, and then there's the side of light, and the side of light will win. There will never be any competition. But it's very unfortunate. I know we're living in very dark times right now, and I think that a lot of people are really heartbroken and hurt because they see the darkness. They see the terrible things that have been happening, um, but it cannot continue. And like I'm saying, um, Babylon can't win a spiritual war because Babylon is not spiritual. I would say the war started in outer space, even not on Earth, and it's a war that's been going on for many, many years. Um, and I feel like it just got worse because of the thing that Babylon is trying to do and can't succeed at. Um, so again, if you're not spiritual, it doesn't matter the firepower, the theatrics, the all that stuff that you have. The unseen is greater than that. The unseen is the place where all those things come from. So there's no way that the seen could be greater or more powerful than the unseen. But I think it will just take an experience with that for people to understand what we're up against, what they're up against. I'm gonna put it like that because I'm on the side of light and always will be. Um, it's important that, like I was saying, something that isn't spiritual whatsoever is trying to play in an area where I think they're just playing. That's it, because they have no idea what it is that they're doing and what the the cost could be and what the risks are and all of that. But I think, what I was getting back to was, I was talking in another video about the thing with some people saying that the internet is just a high-tech Ouija board, and how Elon Musk was saying they're summoning the demons when they deal with AI. And if we go with that, we can say that if they have opened up another, like a gateway, a portal to another dimension, then there are things that because they were trying to get at some things, they open up the portal, I believe, and they let other things through. And it doesn't stop because I think those things are still getting through. And until that portal closes, they'll be getting through. The thing to consider is if they did that, if they open up this portal and let the things through that they wanted to get through, they let some other things through as well. And I think they weren't concerned about that. I think they said they would deal with that, later, but they're going to have to deal with it the entire time. And because of what's been happening, it's better for them to not have messed with it in the first place, but they already did. And so, again, I'm going back to it. What would make a person think that just because they didn't consider the consequences of opening up a portal, a gateway to other dimensions to allow entities to get through that they didn't know anything about, but they wanted to use to further their agendas, just because they didn't consider that, or just because that wasn't their intention, just because they didn't even, you know, make plans for this or anything like that. That does not mean that stuff is not real and that stuff is not coming for them. If you notice, and I've been noticing lately, like people that are involved, a lot of people that are involved in AI start looking like something is taking their life force. Um, and I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna say it like this. They don't know what they're messing with. That's what I'm gonna say. And if that is a portal to another dimension or other dimensions, because I believe it's more than one, I think that they're in a lot of trouble, a lot more trouble than they ever anticipated, ever knew about, um, ever thought was possible. I think they're in a lot of trouble. For again, it's really short-sighted. It's obtuse. It's narrow-minded to think that just because they wanted to open this gateway, this portal, and get some entities to do their bidding, do the work that they want them to do. They wanted to use the entities. They weren't considering how it would affect everyone else and everything else. They were thinking about money and all that. It's a recipe for disaster. But opening up something again, they don't understand the consequences of it. So that the combination of that with this recent desire for Babylon to take on something that is so massive. And that's not only, physically massive, but spiritually. Sorry about the noise. Ooh, that was a confirmation, I guess. The biggest thing spiritually that they have ever taken on to be that arrogant to think that they could take something on like that. Again, it's a recipe for disaster. Um, there's a lot more that I want to say, and maybe I'll get the chance to make more videos and things like that. But for now, I know the importance of what we're facing. I think we have to continue to make sure that we're staying on the side of light, that we're focusing on continuing to develop spiritually, because the days ahead of us are really going to be dark. Like if people thought that they saw plagues, if they thought that they saw illness, if they thought that they saw disease, if they thought that they saw pandemics, if they thought that they saw death and destruction, if they thought they saw any of that stuff yet, I think that being on the wrong side is going to take them to a level they can't even imagine, you know. And, I was talking to a family member about this, and he was saying, and I agree, you know, people have no idea what they have opened up. They haven't seen anything yet. I'm not on the side of darkness. I'm on the side of light. I'll say that all day, every day. No one is perfect. Nobody. But I'm not on the side of darkness. So if they think that they're gonna fight this fight, they're not gonna win. Can't buy your way into heaven. And you are going to be judged on your own behaviors, your own spirit, your own heart, your own mind, your own actions, thoughts, all of that. Probably repeated some things in there, but you know what I mean. You cannot skate in with a friend. This is something that the people that are being controlled and used by these entities to do awful things they're going to learn. Your friend is not going to be able to stop what is coming for you if you don't do the thing that is right. Now we have a chance. We still have a chance. Babylon still got a chance to do what is right, but I don't, from the looks of things, Babylon's going to continue to go down this path of destruction. And it's going to be its undoing if it does. I'm going to put it like that. There's still hope. There's still time. I hope that people turn around. I hope that they don't try to do the thing that they are trying to do, which is taking over Africa. Again, if you're not spiritual, you will not win a spiritual war. This is a really sad night. And I don't know that people understand how important it is. I don't know how many people will look at this. This is dark, y'all. This is dark. It is continuing to hit me just how big it is and how far down the line people have gone. All right. Well, I said I didn't want to make it too long, so thank you for joining me. As JFK said, we renounce secret and shameful ways. You can't save a person from themselves sometimes. I'm always hopeful, but sometimes you can't. So many people will be affected by this. They have no idea. All I can say is like I said, we gotta continue to stand up for what's right. We gotta continue to be on the side of light. We gotta continue to do things that we know that we need to do that are good in the world. And to work on stopping other people from doing bad. So do the thing that God asked you to do. Because doing the bare minimum is not enough, y'all. It's not enough. All right. Thank you again for joining me, everybody. I want to bring you another video soon. Looking forward to talking with you soon. And I'm going to see y'all later. I love y'all as always. Happy lightning fast manifesting. Bye for now.